NoDQ Galaxy, we are live with predictions for one of the most anticipated pay-per-view events in professional wrestling history, damn it. It is All In 2023, Chicago, the United Center. We have a stacked lineup of premier matches. This Sunday, only $50. AEW All Out. You better order it right now. Before you even listen to this live stream, order it on pay-per-view. You are going to see some fantastic, exciting, breathtaking professional wrestling action. Now, we have an equally exciting, fascinating, breathtaking panel on the NoDQ prediction stream. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and thank you to the panel for joining us tonight for this monumental predictions live stream. So first up, he is from California. He does not go out in the sun, but he loves California. He loves Disneyland. He loves his family. Good old JM.
I work at Disneyland. I don't love
How's it going, Jeff?
You are trying way too hard. I appreciate you anyway. Okay, so I'm doing very well, as a matter of fact. I get to do a watch along coverage of not only this show but the show the day before, and then in between those two shows, Saturday night, we get to talk about what's really going on in AEW besides this cluster beef of a show that we're going to talk about today. So I'm in a great mood, to be honest with you. I'm laughing hysterically at the ridiculous shill you just did, because it's such a load of crap, but I love you anyway for it. So yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. Good times.
Now, Jeff, on a scale of 10 to 10, how excited are you for All Out 2023?
I refuse to answer that because you gave me a lack of numbers to choose from. So I refuse to answer on grounds of bullshitting myself and everybody else.
Oh, okay. Well, then 1 to 10. How excited are you?
1 to 10, negative. Okay, well, 1.
Really?
Like literally. Okay.
Come on.
No. Okay. Let me
quantify
why it's so low.
Me.
No, I'm not bullshitting you. Here's the thing. By the way, but here's the thing. Buy that shirt. I think Rick shirt. I forget where that shirt is. Anyway, I'm not going to be in studio Sunday doing the watch along coverage. JJ's helped me out with the production side. This guy right here and James are on the call because I don't want to be a part of it, to be honest with you. But I'm also going to be doing Disney work, so I won't be there at all. So I'm very much grateful to this gentleman and James and JJ on the button to run it for me, because after what was in reality, a great all-in, great show. I finally got to watch it back. I got to watch our coverage too. Great job, by the way. The aftermath and the BS with the real world champion just has completely sucked the air out of it for me. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm over it. And there's no world title match from AEW side. The freaking Ring of Honor World Champion is in the match, but not defending the title. So, like Colin said, it's a freaking glorified Rampage.
Wow. Okay. TJS, I'm sure you're more excited for this pay-per-view than Jeff. Certainly, that number between 1 and 10 is going to be just a little bit higher for you. So tell us your excitement level for All Out 2023, Chicago Center, the United Center. 10,000 fans expected in attendance. It is going to be a happening, as Gorilla Monsoon might say. How excited are you?
I'm so excited that I can't stop smiling. And I am really looking forward to this show, guys. I'm shocked that it didn't sell out, personally. I think this is, to be frank, it's a hotter ticket than WrestleMania. Really, I think this is going to be a stacked show. On a scale of 1 to 10, I have to give it a 10.
There you go. A 10, a perfect 10. Just like
you're
Ty
Can I still be Jeff? Is that okay?
No, in all honesty, I mean, this feels like, don't they do Fyter Fest or Fight for the Fallen? This feels like a TV special on paper. So 1 to 10. I mean, Moxley versus OC will be good, I'm sure. So I give it a 3.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Okay, Aaron, you're G'sing us. Your review of Dynamite last night. Oh my, I'm gonna lay it on the table. I called this man right after he signed off with Dynamite Review. I'm like, I never felt more like he gave any less of a shit than he did. I mean, he was passionate in an interview, but man, this show is just so. Yeah. And last night's go home show was even worse. It was just such a. And again, I get the wrestling world is down right now. We went through a lot of tragic stuff last week, and it's awful. But man, All In should have been, even with the tragedies of last week, with losing Bray Wyatt, losing Terry Funk, that show still, if you watch just the show and act like our buddy Noah here and don't read in the internet bullshit, great show, fun weekend. But then the reality is Aaron and I, do work in, covering wrestling, and we have to read the news, and it's like, oh, so all this shit happened too. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way, Aaron. As it stands, 3 out of 10. If Punk gets added, I doubt he will, but if Punk does get added, it'll bump me up to about a 6. But yeah, it's looking
That's fair.
weak.
I agree.
I'm surprised you didn't go with 4 out of 10. But anyways, Walter Cruz. Yeah, you got the reference. I'm surprised. Walter, how you doing, man? Good to have you on, Mr. Reliable. How are you feeling about this show? Because I know you love AEW. You're a big Tony Khan fan. So tell us how you're feeling about this show.
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. But in honor of Bob Barker, how I feel about this is pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. I co-sign on that.
They pretty much to follow up such an epic event, the best event in wrestling history. Noah would say it more exciting than I will, but to follow that up with this, granted, cut him a little slack. Some of this stuff was out of Tony Khan's hands. People got sick, travel issues, and then the drama backstage. So some of this stuff isn't his fault, but at the same time, that's your problem with booking back-to-back pay-per-views like that. And getting someone to chunk out $100 for each one. So I bet for total for both. So I mean, there's a couple matches I'm looking forward to. So I'll say 3.5.
All right. So last but not least, Noah Foster, who rarely finds a bad thing to say about wrestling. He just likes to enjoy wrestling, which is really the healthy way to go at it in life rather than just pick apart every aspect of the show and drive yourself crazy. So Noah, let's get your thoughts on this show. I know you're gonna be a little bit more positive because that's just how you roll, and I appreciate that. So tell us how you feeling about this show.
Hey, hello everybody. How we doing? It's nice to have a nice easy weekend after the biggest event in wrestling history. Damn it! But I digress. Along with an incredible emergence, sometimes you need to really just sit back, relax, and chill. With circumstances regarding health, illness, awareness, drama, mourning, exhaustion, travel. You have to give credit credits due and contrast you can't back out of too. Do we all wish that this pay-per-view was a little bit out further? Yes. Do we wish there was more representation of world championships? Yes. It is what it is. I don't get paid by the business. I'm looking forward to this show, and I'm going to give credit due because there's a lot of great talent here. There's a couple of interesting matches that could definitely lead into some interesting things to consider for the fall, both across Ring of Honor and AEW. A mutual 6 out of 10. It's good to see all of you. And again, after the incredible weekend last weekend, let's take it easy with both these shows from the two biggest companies in the wrestling industry that are mid. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. And chat, let's have some fun tonight, too. Good to see all of you.
All right, chat room. Greg, I would have had you on if it wasn't for the fact that we had 6, and then unfortunately Steve-O had to drop out like 5 minutes before we started. I would have definitely had you on, so I apologize for that. But let's get started. You know what? I'll tell you what, Greg. I'm going to send you the link. If you want to hop on, we'll get your thoughts. But let's start with our first match of the evening. The opening match is scheduled for one fall. And is for the Leatherface Championship of the world. No, unfortunately, the Leatherface title will not be on the line. But hell, they should have added the Leatherface title. Like that legitimately would have at least popped me. if they put the Leatherface Championship, Jeff Jarrett defending that prestigious title against anybody. Put him in there against somebody who's unappreciated, can have a great moment and see their career get boosted by challenging the great Double J Jeff Jarrett for the Leatherface Championship of the world. But unfortunately, Jarrett's not on this card. Actually, seriously, I don't give a shit, but I just want some entertainment. That's all I'm looking for. Okay.
Are you not entertained, folks?
Am I not entertained? Greg, I emailed you the link. Okay, let's get to the actual card now. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'll just bring this up real quick. We're not going to predict it for now since it's not an official match. But we have on Collision, which is going up against Payback, Ricky Starks is going to challenge Ricky Steamboat to a strap match at All Out. Now, I'm not sure if that's an angle to lead to CM Punk if he's cleared of all this, or if they're actually going to do a match with Ricky Steamboat. Like I'm like really confused about where they're going with this, but there you go. That could happen. We're not going to predict it because we don't know exactly what this is. If it's just some sort of angle, or if they're going to be building it to something else, some other match, we'll find out on Collision. Jeff?
So basically, Ricky Starks went from potentially having a match for the real world championship strap to a strap match with a retired legend. Got it. Okay, cool.
All right, let's get to the card. Okay, guys. First match, our opening contest, is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
We got Eddie Kingston, and I can't even pronounce his first name, Shibata.
Katsuyori.
Versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta.
There you go.
As I mentioned on my live stream, it should have been one-on-one. Like, this is a major pay-per-view. They've been building up Claudio and Eddie Kingston for pretty much the entire time Claudio's been in AEW. I remember they teased it during that Blood and Guts match last year in Detroit. This has been a long time coming. Why are we doing a tag team match at All Out? Are they really going to drag out the singles match to full gear? Like, this should have been the singles match here on All Out. All Out needed a match that was well established, and a tag match. I mean, yeah, it feels like a Dynamite match to me. I really don't care how this plays out. TJS, we're going to try to go relatively quickly so we don't go on for 2 hours here. There's 10 matches or 9 matches or something. TJS, prediction for this one.
Well, I believe that BCC lost Stadium Stampede, right?
Correct.
Pretty sure they did. Okay. Oh, man. Aaron, you're right. They need to do the singles match. So, therefore, I think Eddie and Shibata win. I think Eddie's probably going to pin Claudio, and then that sets up the ROH World Title match at some point down the road. So, babyfaces win.
Well, I think Blackpool Combat Club's going to win just because they lost Stadium Stampede. They need a win here, build up some heat, and then Eddie Kingston's going to get the singles match with Claudio, I presume, at Full Gear. Noah, what do you think's going to happen here?
I actually think they're setting up the Ring of Honor Pure Title match because Will Yuta never got his rematch. Either way, I'm going with Blackpool Combat Club as well. And by the way, I wear sunglasses at night so I can stay awake. It's been a long-ass day at work.
Yes.
Fair enough. Jeff?
So, Aaron, you made a great point. Why isn't this Claudio versus Eddie? Not even the title for title, because the Ring of Honor World Title is allegedly more prestigious. Yuta and Shibata would have been a great match for the Pure Championship too. There's 2 great singles matches here, but let's just throw a tag match on there instead. Just again, bad booking decisions. But I'm gonna go with the BCC to win as well.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Reliable. Your thoughts?
Claudio and Wheeler win by DQ because Eddie Kingston won't be able to control his temper once he gets his hands on Claudio. So it's going to be a stupid countout or DQ because he's not going to control his temper.
I like it.
All right, we got 1 down. We got 8 more to go, everybody. And I'm not sure if Greg's coming in or not. I think he did get the link, but that's up to him.
Yeah, he said he's had too much to drink or something in the chat.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, Jeff's drinking something over there.
It's been one of them days.
I've got
just one of those days.
I gotta be ready to go, baby. Whatever.
Yeah, I still got work in the morning, so I can't do that.
I don't work till Tuesday, but I'll be there Sunday. I don't got shit to do. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So next up, we have on AEW All Out, we have the Ring of Honor World
that's gonna be
Television Championship up for grabs as Samoa Joe defends against a Ring of Honor, I guess, veteran. He's been wrestling for a while, but I've never seen him wrestle at all in my life. And I'm not sure what my problem is since I run a wrestling website for a living. And I should know who these people are.
You said it, not me.
But I don't know who he is. And all I can say is that it'll probably be a good match, but I don't care. Samoa Joe lost to CM Punk. I don't think he's losing 2 pay-per-views in a row. I think this is just designed for him to get a win, and he's gonna beat this guy, and he'll move on. So Samoa Joe wins. I got nothing else to say about it. Walter, Mr. Reliable Cruz, your thoughts?
Joe, like he says in the middle of the song. That's about it.
Thank you for that. Jeff.
Go Joe. Oh wait, sorry. This is Joe. Yeah. So like they've Shane Taylor's, and again, I don't watch Ring of Honor TV, Noah, so forgive me. You can fill us in better. Shane, he's coming into an AEW pay-per-view cold as ice. Like you said, Aaron, if you don't watch Ring of Honor and you're even a more than casual AEW fan, you don't know who this guy is. So he's on an AEW pay-per-view challenging for a Ring of Honor television title. Like, this is like three degrees of, Joe retains.
This is like when Mike Awesome was in WCW and he had a match with Taz when Taz was in WWE, and it took place at an ECW show.
Freaking house show that got recapped for about 2 minutes on TNN the next night. Like, what the hell's going on?
All right, TJS, tell us about this match and how great it's going to be.
Man, I'm speechless. I can't, so I'll just sum it up like this. Samoa Joe picks up the win over a very game Shane Taylor.
Well said. I couldn't say it any better, TJS. Noah, okay, you're more familiar with Ring of Honor than I think all of us put together. So sell us on this match. Sell us on Shane Taylor and why people should care about this guy.
Shane Taylor, straight out of the Cleveland, Ohio area, former long, dominant reigning Ring of Honor television champion, beat Jeff Cobb, who seemingly was unstoppable back in Ring of Honor's heyday. Since then, has been a Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion and has been making his way and winning a tournament to be crowned #1 contender. He's already beaten former Ring of Honor television champions, including the likes of Dalton Castle. Samoa Joe has been dominant now for about a year and a half since taking the title from NoDQ last year in April. He has truly been the self-proclaimed king of television. I do think that continues because he's not taking a vacation. I think Samoa Joe is going to have a hell of a fight on his hands, but Samoa Joe will overcome Shane Taylor, even though he calls himself the self-professed badass Ring of Honor television champion to be recrowned. It's going to be a hell of a fight, but Samoa Joe right now is on another level, in my opinion, and he's got Stokey halfway in his corner. Samoa Joe retains. It's going to be a good match, though.
Thank you for that, Noah. All right, we're already 2 down. We're making good progress here. Shout out to the Cleaver, Colin Andrew. Much love to him. All right, we got our one women's match of the evening because they got to have one, or else the internet would lose their shit. And they can't have 2 because, well, that's just not how
the internet would lose their shit.
Kris Statlander. And you're right about that, Jeff. I mean, the fans would probably complain about that if they got 2 matches. Okay, so we got Kris Statlander defending the TBS Championship, which is the, I guess, IC women's title. I'm not even sure what you would consider it.
Basically, yeah, that's accurate.
Kris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. Noah, I'm going to throw it right back over to you. Saraya is now the AEW Women's Champion. Could you see Ruby perhaps winning the title and maybe her and Saraya being dual champions for a while? Or do you think this is just a match for Kris Statlander to have a successful title defense and they're going to continue whatever's going on with the Outcasts' possible split? What do you think is going to happen?
The latter. Definitely the outcast possible split, because at the end of the day, only one can be at the forefront. That's the one with the World Championship. Why Ruby Soho is more local to the area. Let's not forget, she literally came into AEW All Out during the Women's Casino Battle Royal. Kris Statlander has been involved in All Out for the last 2 years. Last time she was involved, she was challenging Dynamite Breaker DMD for the AEW Women's World Championship. Now she comes in as a champion and currently is undefeated. For right now, Stat is where it's at. Kris Statlander retains continues her dominant reign with the TBS title. I got Kris Statlander.
All right. We'll throw it over now to Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz.
I think Kris Statlander keeps the title. I mean, Jade had it for so long. You made such a big deal out of it. She had this streak, and you don't want to have her lose on a B pay-per-view. You want to keep this historic thing that whoever beats her is now historic and gets the heat from, even though it wasn't them that beat Jade, they get that continuous lineage because it was long streaks and they made the title important, so to speak. But yeah, she retains.
All
no
right.
way. I don't see Ruby winning this.
Jeff, your good buddy, our good buddy, JJ Williams, basically said that Kris Statlander is an afterthought. What do you think about that?
Wow.
Well, I have number one, he's right. Number two, Walter said something very poignant there that I don't think anybody really latched onto. She's not going to lose the title at a B pay-per-view. This is effing All Out. All Out's been a signature show for them for 3 years. And the fourth year, it's an aftershock. So afterthought, it's a B show. Wow. But he's not wrong when he says that.
No, he's not.
As far as Kris goes, Kris Statlander was the one to be the one in 60-1, as Paul Heyman might say it. She beat Jade Cargill, who was a dominant champion. And we haven't seen Jade since, so there's been no build toward a possible rematch or whatever. And Kris has been on TV. I think she has 2 wins since she won the championship. Maybe 1 defense also. Maybe a bunch of noise in the background for some reason while I'm trying to talk. Maybe that. But both those wins on TV have been in tag or non-title matches. She has been the worst competitor since winning the championship, I think, in recent memory. It's ridiculous how underutilized she's been as champion. So if she retains here, what's the point? Whereas if Ruby wins, which I think is going to be the case, then you've got the conflict of Ruby having a championship, Saraya having a championship, and Tony Storm losing her mind even more. I think that's great conflict there. If both of them have championships and Tony doesn't, that sends her further into insanity. I think that's the way to book it. So I think Ruby wins here.
There's actually been 4 defenses for Kris Statlander, Jeff. Anna Jay and Natalia Valkyrie were the first 2. She's actually had multiple wins across title bouts, non-title bouts, and tag matches. They've just been across both Collision and Dynamite, which is why you kind of been a bit scatterbrained, maybe.
I mean, scatterbrain's the word when it comes to AEW booking right now anyway, to be fair. So.
I know, but just helping you.
TGS, you're way out there in the distance. Go ahead and give us your thoughts on this match.
Jeff, I think you're right. Well, hold on. Let me back up. It would be an interesting conflict to have Toni Storm go into this character where she's continuing to be thrust further into madness, but I just can't buy Ruby beating Kris. I'm pretty sure that Ruby has a pretty bad win-loss record. She lost the Owen 2 years in a row, and I just don't think that they're going to put even a secondary title on her, especially when it's Kris Statlander who just ended Jade's streak. So I think Kris wins. I think she retains.
All right, there you have it, everybody. That is the Soul Women's match at AEW All Out. And now
Except your pick, Aaron.
Did I not give my pick?
Nope.
That's how much we give a shit about this match. Aaron didn't even make his pick.
Kris Statlander retains.
Good man. By the way, Impact Wrestling, the leader of booking women's wrestling correctly.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have I was almost going to say a tag team match because I saw 2 people on the screen. Well, it's basically going to be like a handicap match. You know how this is going to go. We got the TNT champion, who is actually Luchasaurus, not Christian. Luchasaurus defending against Darby Allin, and they've really been building up this idea that the title has lost its prestige. Darby Allin has been saying it in interviews. He wants to bring prestige back to the title. Will it happen? Christian has been very entertaining being the not TNT champion, but parading around with the title. So what do you guys think is going to happen in this one? Jeff, I'm going to throw it right back over to you and get your thoughts on this match.
What is going to happen is Adam Copeland will still not debut with AEW.
Accurate.
Accurate. But again, I agree with Matthew in the chat room that the TNT title will not change hands because this stuff with Christian is just too juicy to let go right away. It's too much fun to watch. So I think that the Christian-backed Luchasaurus will retain in his championship match here.
All right. Noah, do you agree with good old JM?
Well, again, the TNT title to me hasn't had that same prestige since it was held by Cody Rhodes, Brody Lee, Miro, and Darby Allin's first run when he went 9D. So, yes, I completely agree. With the anniversary of Dynamite coming up, I think that they will save a TNT title change for a big spectacle, not just a backlash aftermath show here after the biggest wrestling event of all time. I got Luchasaurus, and at the end of the day, you know Christian Cage is going to be the difference maker because he is the TNT champion. So, yeah, they retain. Luchasaurus retains.
Well, I was thinking that too, but they hot potato the title so many times that I can't really say with a lot of confidence, but I'll agree with you guys. I'll say Luchasaurus retains, but would not shock me if Sting comes out there to even the odds and Darby wins the title. I would not be surprised at all. I'm almost 50-50 on it. So TJS, what do you think? I am going to go with Luchasaurus, but I'm not confident. What do you think?
I'm just glad that Luchasaurus is finally getting some TV time.
Yeah,
I think he's awesome, and I really like what they're doing here. It kind of reminds me of Kane from the Attitude Era, and Christian is, Paul Bear was not a wrestler, but it kind of feels like he's controlling Kane, like how Paul Bear manipulated Kane. Anyway, I think, I agree with you guys. I think Luchasaurus will win. Darby's had the title twice, I believe, hasn't he?
Correct.
Yeah, so I feel like how much more can you really do with giving it to him? So I think that Luchasaurus / Christian pick up the W here. And this is one of the matches that I do care about on the card, actually.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Walter, do you care about this match? I mean, they have spent a little bit of time building it up. It's one of the few that's had some decent build. What are your thoughts?
I actually do care about this match. Wrestling loves their damn David and Goliath aspect of wrestling. And usually you go, woo, the little guy and the big guy. The little guy wins and you cheer. Not this time. I want to see Darby get his ass whooped by this big dude. And I want to see Darby get tossed around like a rag doll. Like, you need to make this Luchasaurus look like a goddamn giant and a damn monster. Toss his ass around everywhere, throw him over the rope. Darby loves crazy ass bumps. Jump around, fly around the ring, make Luchasaurus look great. Luchasaurus retains.
You know what? I agree with him. Freaking make it like Mike Awesome or Bam Bam versus Spike Dudley and just do this thing. Oh my God. I agree, Walter. Hell yes.
Everybody got their thoughts
Darby
in?
Allin. Yeah, Darby Allin doesn't stop until literally his heart stops.
Right. And the other reason I'm not so confident is because in these big guy versus little guy matches, the little guy seems to come out on top most of the time.
Yeah.
It's just AEW for you. Everybody did their prediction?
Yep.
Okay. We're moving on here to the next match of the evening. We got a star-studded 8-man tag team match. We got FTR, Bald and Hair, teaming up with the Young Bucks against the Bullet Club Gold. We got Jay White. We got Mr. Tony Storm. And we got the kids of Badass Billy Gunn in this match. And I saw some people picking Bullet Club Gold to win. And I'm going to say, that ain't happening because FTR, they're red hot right now. Bucks came off a big loss, so I think they're going to be united together. They're going to pick up the win here. One of the Guns is going to do the JOB, and that's going to be that. I think we should have had FTR with another title defense, but that's just me. 8-man tag match, doesn't really have much repercussions as far as I'm concerned. Not a whole lot on the line here. FTR already beat Jay White and the other guy, so I mean, I'm not really sure what the point of this match is other than just to fill time. So Noah, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, completely agree. Same sentiment. FTR already beat both the Ass Boys and Rock Hard Juice Robinson and Jay White in respective tag team title matches. Why the Young Bucks have really not clashed with Jay White and Juice Robinson. They already got a win over the Ass Boys as well. Favor definitely favors the champions and the respectable challengers, so it seems, though I do think tension's on the rise. But I got FTR and the Young Bucks winning this 8-man clash.
All right, thank you for that, Noah. And we'll go now to the one and the only, thankfully, TJS.
I didn't know what me on that.
I might surprise you guys on this one. Could you guys see the Bucks turning on FTR, allowing the heels to win? Could you guys see that happening?
I'm more likely to see a miscommunication, considering it's the first time together as a tag team. But I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's too obvious. I think the Bucks and FTR are losing. I think Bullet Club Bronze is going to pick up the win here.
All right.
Bullet Club.
Bullet Club Bronze.
Walter, we'll throw it over to you now. I mean, this match, it'll be good, right? But I don't know.
It's a house show match. That's what it feels
pretty much is.
Tony Khan, what the hell is this? Like, seriously. Like, 7 days, like, when we see this, 7 days before, these teams were opponents. Now you want us to care that they're together?
Can they coexist?
What the hell is this? Why? Now I gotta root for the team I hate. I freaking hate Young Bucks and their super kick cluster. You know what?
Bleep.
I don't want to say it, even though you get one. I don't want to do it on Aaron's.
I mean, you are above the 50-minute mark, but yeah.
Jeff is the one usually, so I don't want to take his spot.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if we get one per streamer, okay. If we get one per day, I'm on at 7. So please let me have it.
So it's the super kick cluster. What the hell is this? Like, seriously, FTR and Young Bucks. Like, I hate that. It tastes sour coming out of my mouth saying Young Bucks have to win, but. Right. They got FTR Young Bucks. Like, ugh. Blech.
Now,
let me drink.
Jeff, they got a tag team match here, so FTR, they're going to be over in Chicago. Young Bucks, maybe not so much. Like, what kind of reaction do you think they're going to get? Do you think this tag match was set up just so just so the Young Bucks don't get booed out of the building?
I mean, possibly, but then again, on the other side, you've got FTR, or instead of Arn and Tully, they're Gunn and Baldy. So there is that.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, kids. If you don't, you haven't read NoDQ news the last 2 weeks. So there's that. Anyway,
Domino's Pizza arrived.
Domino's Pizza, woo! Anyway, I don't know what that meant, but that's okay. The fact that the Bullet Club has been reduced to freaking Jay White, who got signed over to New Japan, and like the other comment said, he went from being the star in New Japan to let's book him in an 8-man tag at the B show after All In. Let's do that. Freaking Juice Robinson, I remember, because I don't watch New Japan regularly, unfortunately, for people that are into New Japan. I remember Juice when he was Kevin Owens' first opponent in NXT. That's my Juice Robinson memory, when he was CJ. And he got wiped out by Kevin Owens. And then the Guns, hey, Colton and Austin, yes, we're not our dad, but we're trying, damn it, Gunn. So you've got Gunn on one side and Guns on the other. Cool. That's a cool dynamic. I like that. That's cool.
Wow.
I like that. That's
cool. I like what you did there.
Today. Don't give a shit. FTR and the Bucks win just to give them some sort of motivation to face off again, maybe at Full Gear or whatever. I tell you what, if they bring FTR and the Bucks to Full Gear, the Bucks will get cheered at the Forum because they're LA boys. So
Hey, Jeff.
they'll get. Yes, sir.
One side has the bullets, the other side has the guns.
Check, please.
What do you get with all that? An arsenal.
Even no one's getting it on it. Now you know it's good.
What is
my
going
God.
on here?
Aaron, you're losing control. Let's move on. Everybody said FTR and the Young Bucks except for TJS. He went with Bullet Club.
Yeah, but I just have what is first, Grand Slam or Full Gear? It's Grand Slam, right?
Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Grand Slams in September. Yeah.
Yep.
Dynamite and Rampage, the 20th and 22nd.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, we're moving on.
We're doing a watch long. I have to keep track of this shit.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yes.
All right, next match is all about meaty men slapping meat.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
We got
This one I like.
Powerhouse Hobbs versus Miro. And I do like this match. I do think it's been one of the better matches as far as build-up goes. I'm just curious about this one because I feel like neither guy can really afford a loss at this point. Miro has been disappointing in his run. Powerhouse Hobbs, I felt like they were on the verge of pushing him strong. Then they kind of backtracked a little bit, and now he's got this big pay-per-view match. So I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this one. TJS, I'll go right back to you on it. Like, if you were Tony Khan, who would you put over in this match?
Wow. Well, let me first just say this is another match that I actually do care about on the card. So there are some. Like you said, Aaron, I feel like this Miro run has just been a flop. It seems like, I can't believe this, but it seems like WWE booked Rusev better than AEW has booked Miro, which is crazy to say, but that's how I'm feeling. Thankfully, I think that Miro's going to pick up the win here. I think Miro's going to win. I just don't know how. I couldn't see him tapping Hobbs out. So if Hobbs does end up losing, I think he just passes out and the game over. But it'll be a great match, I think. Two big boys. This is rare. We don't really see this kind of match at AEW much. So I'm looking forward to it. Two big boys.
Is that what the accolades called now? The game over?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, dear Christ. Oh,
Yep.
my God. Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
because he plays video games.
Because he plays video games on the Switch.
I get it.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah,
It literally
know.
hurts my brain.
It's sad.
Generational thing here, Jeff. Generational thing.
We got a couple super chats here, so I'll read those off real quick. First up, Mr. Tito, columnist and extraordinaire, says, why does AEW have such lame pay-per-view names?
Every company does that's not named Impact. GCW literally will put a sentence to their name for their shows.
Yeah, Impact has great pay-per-view names, I think.
To be fair, Tony's such a fanboy, he can't help but come up with his own stuff because he's such a fan of everybody else's.
That's
Like,
accurate.
Let's call it Mania Wrestle. Oh, wait, shit, we can't do that either. Slam Summer. Ah, crap.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
You got to trademark a freaking word. Where did creative die? You tell me. When it comes to branding.
As far as AEW about a year and a half ago in Chicago. Anyway.
Anyway.
It's just hard to come up with good names when pretty much every
is.
decent one has been used already.
Pretty much.
No, it is. I mean, Aaron and I happened on Talk Wrestling just out of sheer dumb luck. So,
Yeah.
And even then, there's a show in the UK that also Talk Wrestling. That's why we're Talk Wrestling with Jeff Mooch.
There you go.
I see. Distinction.
Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat. Psycho Jet Black in the house, so he's got the jokes for us. The Book of Miro is the plot to Game or God of War.
There you go.
Wait, which God of War are we talking about? You're talking about 1, 2, 3. You know there's a series, right?
Yeah.
All right. Noah, we'll throw it over to you now. Who's going to pick up the win here? Will the Book of Hobbs have a chapter about a successful victory over Miro? Or will the Book of Miro say that he finished off Powerhouse Hobbs and buried his career with the game over submission?
Redemption versus humiliation. I am all in on this freaking match. Let's freaking go. For me, the biggest thing is QTV. You gotta consider QTV is still trying to do good by Powerhouse Hobbs, even though it doesn't seem like he wants nothing to do with QT Marshall. I feel that's the X factor, despite Harley Cameron singing. I think Miro wins here. It's Miro's first big match since coming back, and he has been undefeated. undefeated since being part of Collision. I think Miro needs this win more to really kick off his AEW career if he wants to have a positive reset. Continue, countdown hits 0 for Powerhouse Hobbs. He runs out of credits. And I think Hobbs doesn't pass on the game over. I think Miro Masha kicks him, knockout, KO, like friggin' punch out. I got Miro.
All right. Now, see, here's the thing. Sorry, Jeff, had to steal your line. But
that wasn't my version of the line there, smartass. Anyway.
if Hobbs loses this, I mean, he's done, man.
Well, no.
I don't think so because
it's done.
He can finally
right?
destroy he can finally destroy QT. I mean, last time he was this close after losing out on the Owen. Hobbs doesn't need QTV to have some sort of like a space on TV, in my opinion.
This feud sucks, man. Hobbs just
I
needs
know.
to win, and somebody has to do the job here. And I think I think Miro's past his peak. Honestly, I think you just have to cut your losses. Hobbs wins. Go with youth. At the end of the day, you have to push your younger stars and build your homegrown talent. So, I'm going with Hobbs to win this one.
Wow.
I think Miro's time has come and gone. I think he's a lost cause, man.
Damn, you're
I
saying
just
all
think-
that.
That was a beautiful Dwayne type moment. This match sucks. I'm going to take a leak.
This match sucks.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
hilarious.
QTV is like
TMZ.
poison.
It's TMZWish.com. It's TMZWish.com.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you want to be as far away from those guys. You'd rather not be on TV than be on TV and be in a program with QTV. It just brings your stock down.
Damn.
You know what I mean? All right, Jeff Meacham. We'll go over to you now. I know you're a big Miro guy. You like Miro. You like Lana very much. Very nice. So tell us your thoughts on this match.
You're right. Like, this feud sucks. Like, there's no real winner here because the loser is the only way the loser possibly comes out also a winner is, like you said, if QTV somehow costs Hobbs the match and he just lays out Marcel, just lay him flat on his damn back once and for all. Yes. But you know, the best thing about QTV is Harley Cameron, and she doesn't wrestle. She appears more for freaking the local women's fed out here than she does for in the ring for AEW. So you know, I'm going to go with Miro only because I think they'll lead to a thing where Hobbs drops QTV, and that'll be beneficial for both. If Miro wins and Hobbs finally breaks away from QT Marshall, it'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, looks like I'm going to be the lone man here, I think, but we'll get Walter's opinion.
You got one more
in a second.
Well, I would call you the lone gunman, but we already talked about FDR, so you're good.
Oh, God. TJS, Psycho Jet Black sent in $2 and wants to know, what would you put in the Book of Smith?
Well, this is easy. I would put that picture of Bailey in shorts that just came out recently.
What?
Good night, folks.
Wait, what's he talking about?
We're not even going to go there. Psycho Jet Black. He's got one for you, Noah.
You're gonna like that one.
Accurate.
Accurate.
The Book of Foster about the history of Mountain Dew.
And pro wrestling.
The man stays on camera doing our shows and stays awake by Mountain Dew. God bless the brand of Mountain Dew. I tell you what, man. Fueling our watch alongs every week because wrestling can't just give us a freaking week off.
Wait, what's a week off?
Right?
All right. Psycho Jet Black sent in a $2 super chat.
Oh, God. Screenshot that.
This doesn't even sound right, guys. I mean, the Book of Punk is about working with children.
No. The Book of Punk will be a children's book.
That sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds way better than the way Psycho works.
The bedtime stories not written by Dr. Seuss.
Oh my Lord Jesus Christ, forgive us.
And we got off the rails.
Oh my
How
God.
fitting of Chicago. We always talk about the Amtrak and the Metro. You got the damn train graphic on the graphic. How fitting.
But it's so bad. Freaking Steve-O lives in Chicago. He wanted to be on the prediction show, but he's not even going to this show because he gives that much of a shit.
Right.
Oh my!
Okay.
I love it though. This is
We
hilarious.
do want to go 2 hours, less than 2 today, right? We
I
want
know,
to
well,
keep
Psycho
the-
Jet
okay.
Black's got one more.
Um,
Well,
It's the
Jeff,
Book of
you're
Mouse.
you're
He
a
probably meant
Disney
the Book
guy.
of Meat, just yeah.
The Book of
so-
Mouse doesn't have a chapter on Mauser size.
He probably meant the Book of Meat on Master Size. There's an old, and I mean older than me, I think. Exercise video that it was called Mickey Mouse Size or was something like that. I don't know. It's in the queue for the new ride at Disneyland. No, it doesn't, because if it did, I wouldn't weigh 300 pounds. Anyway, there is
I
that.
was choking here.
Aaron, you okay, man?
Die on the air. Aaron, we're not in a wrestling ring. You don't need to die in the ring like Roddy said. It's not going to draw money. It's going to draw problems.
The Simpsons,
Difficulties.
Simpsons did it.
All right, we're back. Let's get back on
Aaron.
track here. Real quick, Walter, your predictions: Hobbs or the other guy, Miro?
The other guy.
The
Wow.
other guy, Miro.
Miro. And
damn.
you asked how would you book it if you was Tony Khan? I wouldn't have booked this match personally. Because what's on the line? I feel like the winner
Right.
gets catering and the other one doesn't.
Bragging
Like,
rights.
that's what I feel like.
Momentum.
Catering rights. It's what's on the line.
They go up the next,
Pretty
they go up
much.
they go up the next block on the Mortal Kombat tower.
Yeah, you can't eat for a week in catering, the loser. That's what this is going to be. Miro wins. Like,
I think they're.
and it's a shame because I actually like these two. Like, and I like Miro, but
I think there's more WWE talent that would disagree with you. Anyway, double
If we
count
can
out.
find a way to get, goddamn, I'm gonna try that again. If we can find a way to get Psycho Jet Black's spelling right and the updated name right, that's a great $2 super chat.
Yeah, because I don't know who he's talking about here.
Who's
It's the book
Caitlyn?
of
No
Caitlyn
idea. Yeah,
about
no,
the Bella
yeah, sorry.
twins. Well, I don't know any Caitlyn with a C, so I
I know
that
a
question.
cat friend that supports us at the Jeff Beecham Network.
And
Very
she
nice
is a
person.
Bella. She is a fan of the former Bella twins as well. So maybe Catherine's book is about the Bella twins, but not Caitlyn with the C. We don't know anybody Caitlyn with the C.
I don't know anybody like that. Nope.
No idea.
And
All right, guys, we're ready to move on. I was the only one that picked Powerhouse Hobbs. It is what it is.
should have just went with Mrs. Riff.
I actually have confidence in the youth movement in AEW that they'll actually push the homegrown guy and not continue to push the washed up past his prime former WWE star.
Dude, Miro's like 35.
35 and washed up.
Oh my god.
And not really his fault. I mean, they've been starting and stopping his push so many times that just hard to care about the guy at this point because they've booked him so poorly. Anyways,
Damn.
we're gonna move on.
all right,
I said my piece on that,
there you go.
and we move on to our next match,
Everyone's
which is
piece.
a tag team match. Now, we're spoiling here, so if you do not want to be spoiled, skip ahead about 5 minutes to 10 minutes or so, because right now we're spoiling this. So
3,
you had your warning.
2,
2,
1.
1.
Here we go.
Spoiler.
Better Than You, Bebe will be going against the winners of the AEW Rampage Tag Team Battle Royal. There were a lot of teams in that match. The match already happened. It will air on Friday. It was taped Wednesday night. There were several high-profile teams in there like the Hardy Boys, but the tag team that will be facing the AEW World Champion, who will not be defending his title at All Out, and Adam Cole, that team is the Dark Order. Alex Reynolds and Long John Silver will be challenging for the tag team titles at AEW All Out, or not the AEW tag team titles, the Ring of Honor.
Even worse.
AEW tag titles.
Even
the freaking
worse.
Ring of Honor tag titles, one of which is held by the AEW World Champion. But the hell with it, right?
And he's not defending the title, but he's going to defend that Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship,
They
baby.
has to. They just beat Aussie Open and the greatest wrestling event in the friggin' buy-in, right? You gotta do something coming back from Paris. Oh Lord.
All right, so
God. Who wants to go
Yeah.
first?
I mean, I'll go first. MJF and Adam Cole are retaining here. I mean, this is ridiculous. At least, I mean, let's be real here. All of the teams in that battle royal were not going to win the titles, but
No.
they should have gone with the Hardys, because at least it would have been interesting to see MJF and Jeff Hardy in the ring together for the first time. Like, I would have been legitimately intrigued in seeing Jeff Hardy work with MJF. But
Yeah.
I don't, we've seen the Dark Order and all sorts of matches with these guys. I'm sure it'll be a good match, but yeah, I mean, it's basically just time filler. Jeff?
I only went with the Dark Order because freaking Bray just passed and they're trying to suck up to the Brody Lee people again. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, dude, this whole thing is so stupid. The Dark Order is such, like, they're not even an afterthought. They're a, oh my God, go away thought. You were only good when you had Brody with you guys. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Wow. I mean,
The Hardys were in this match. Like, there were so many teams that are actually can be in the future worth a spit. And they're going with the Dark Order on pay-per-view, not even in the damn pre-show or the 0 hour, to challenge for a championship that's not technically AEW against a team who is comprised of the #1 contender for the AEW World title from last Sunday and the goddamn AEW World Champion. This is the most overbooked clusterfuck of a World Tag Team title match I've ever seen in my life. Please, God, let MJF and Adam Cole just bury these two once and for all.
no, it's going 20 minutes. It's going to be competitive. That's how they do it.
That's going to be a great 20-minute shit break for anybody that's actually watching this shit. Be a giant turd break for the crowd on Moss. Oh, I'm going to take a big old dumpski on this one. Oh, my God.
Damn.
Jeff,
So bad.
Jeff.
Yes.
Tranquilo, my brother.
Oh,
Tranquilo.
I know.
Noah, tell me,
Hydration.
what is so dark about the Dark Order these days? Go.
Besides the shade of purple, honestly, I guess the violence they showed at freaking Death Before Dishonor when they beat the Righteous in that fight without honor. Besides that, I got nothing for you, bruv. And I'm definitely not betting against MJF and Adam Cole. By the way, bruv, it should have been Aussie Open. It should have been the Hardys. It should have been the Best Friends, who still, to this day, have not had any sort of AEW or Ring of Honor tag team title reign, and they're contested for both multiple times. If anybody deserved a chance for some sort of tag title on pay-per-view, then I literally would have gone with the Best Friends. But then again, this is accurate, Virtue. 100% accurate. You know MJF and Adam Cole retaining.
All right, Walter.
What the hell is this? You
Yeah,
had the
fireworks.
Or
Firecrackers?
a crushing of a water bottle.
I don't know what that is, but what the hell is this? And why do you have the world champion not defending his title? It makes no sense. But whatever. MJF and Adam Cole retain. That's just what the hell. This was booked for book's sake. I don't know.
Not every
I don't
match.
know.
I mean, not every match,
Dude,
but I do get what you're saying.
Again, I am so grateful to him and James and JJ for having to freaking call a 4-hour bathroom break. God bless you guys. Thank you. For real. Like,
I endure. I've seen worse in my fandom.
Oh no, we've all seen worse in our fandom, but it's bad. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
it
sorry.
is. There's no denying it. It is. This needed at least a week, if not 2 weeks. But no, back to back. Just never do this again. Let's never do this again. All right. You do one dumb show, you learn. All right. Don't do this again. Anyway, sorry, Walter. Continue.
Well,
First time for
it
everything.
is. It's a shit break. Long John Silver makes you shit the restaurant, and this match is gonna make you shit. It's like, oh.
Damn.
Wow.
I think
Well, you're not
McDonald's
excited
does-
to see
I think McDonald's does that
the
work.
double clothesline on Long John Silver?
No, it's High Hole Silver. Go away. That's what the helmet says.
I mean, to be fair, he was with the Hangman at one point, so that's actually accurate.
Oh, good grief.
Who's your
Okay, so
pick?
moving on.
MJF and look, Adam Cole. Look, I even forgot the freaking name for a second.
Too much has
What's in
happened the
that
last
bottle
7
there?
days.
I don't think that's water.
Who, me? Nah, it's water.
Sure.
Aquafina? Dasani?
Not a drinker, man. I'm not a drinker. That's
If
just
it's a Sonny, it'll kill you
Drinking
anyway.
water.
Smart
Yeah,
water?
just
Apsu. Fiji.
No,
All right.
it's Poland.
TJS, you're up next.
Oh man, I hate to say this, but I feel like the Adam Cole MJF thing has already jumped the shark. I feel like it's already gone on too long. The split should have happened at All In. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Dark Order wins. I wouldn't be
Are you
shocked.
drunk?
No, hear me out. So when would Adam Cole and MJF lose the title? You have to do something significant on the show. What if the
No, you
turn?
don't.
I guess not. I mean, I'm just trying to think about like when this turn's gonna happen. I guess if they weren't gonna do it all in, they probably won't do it all out either. They'll probably drag it out. Okay, yeah, I guess Adam Cole and MJF win, but
Okay, good.
I feel like
Good man.
yeah, I feel like this is severely. I can't believe I'm saying this. Winning a title has kind of drug MJF down a little bit because he should be in a world title match. He shouldn't be. If anything, have him defend these. If anything, have them defend these titles on the buy-in and have a world title match on the main show. But yeah,
What are you, a sick pervert? Having him doing 2 world championship matches in 2 weeks back to back?
I'm paying $50 2 weeks in a row, so
That's
he
your
can defend the damn title.
Thank you. That is your choice. You made your decision.
They're selling.
I was gonna say, if they didn't turn in front of 80,000 people in Wembley Stadium, you think they're gonna go? Well, let's do it here in Chicago in front of
probably not.
Significant less people.
A half house, probably.
That's being
I
generous.
remember the United Center was a huge, like, oh my God thing because SummerSlam '94 opened that venue. First event ever was at the United Center, was at SummerSlam '94. And then, they've had so many. And again, this was back to a couple weeks ago on Open Mic Night. They are booking Chicago too much.
Every company is.
I said
Definitely.
that. CM Punk is going to get a bigger pop this Sunday, and he won't even freaking be there.
Seriously, Punk is getting more coverage, positive coverage, being at the Cauliflower Alley Club reunion this last weekend than anybody on this AEW roster is going to get on Sunday.
Yep.
That's so
CM Punk
ridiculous.
chants are going to hijack the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
Nobody's going to care.
Yep,
Definitely.
and they have every right to because, they basically put, he put Tony in no win scenario, but Tony put himself in no win scenario a year ago by not taking care of this when it happened in the first place.
Exactly. Domino effect. Anyway, moving on. So everyone picked MJF and Adam Cole, baby. So Eric, you got some super chats.
Yes, Psycho Jet Black is on fire tonight. He says Retribution has more credibility than the Dark Order. I'm not sure I would go that far.
I wouldn't go that far.
I 100% would.
Nah,
damn.
you
100% would.
You consider where both were at the time. Dark Order was more credible.
Okay.
And the other ones didn't even show up yet.
What the hell's going on Tyler's camera window? Jesus Christ. What's going on up there?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, Jeff is thrown off now because of TJS.
Yeah. I have nothing now for the moment.
All right, Psycho Jet Black sent in $2. TJS, you're a foodie. You're always asking what we're eating and where we're eating at. So tell us, better restaurant, Long John Silver or Arby's?
Oh man, they're both so bad. I'm really not a fan of either. But if I had to choose one, I would say Arby's. Just because I'm not the biggest seafood guy. I do like Arby's sometimes. They have a pretty good orange cream shake that I enjoy. But that's it.
I like the mozzarella sticks, but I'm more of a Rally's guy personally.
I'm a big cheese stick fan. I like it.
There you go.
Yeah. Otherwise,
You like fish sticks?
Aaron!
I like.
And Jeff puts his hat in.
Oh man. Do you?
Moving on.
Yeah. Do you like fish sticks?
No, I don't like seafood.
Well, I'm a fish stick fan.
All right, then. All right, guys, we got one more here from Psycho Jet Black. He says,
Oh, God.
seriously, will you guys talk about CM Punk at the end?
Not unless it's super chatted enough to profit Aaron and make him want to.
Exactly. We're saving it for the review. Tune in September 5th.
Keep plugging.
Or Open Mic Night on Saturday too.
Cheaper plug, but also fair plug.
Much cheaper plug because I'm going to be part. Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about CM Punk, and I'm sure we will before we're done here. I mean, it makes
But as far as actually, yeah.
It makes the stream more interesting when we're talking about CM Punk, you know?
Well, we're in
the card's such a piece of shit.
And we're in
He's the
friggin'
NoDQ.
Chicago, where he's held like a deity.
He's
If
a
I had it-
NoDQ.com site breaker.
I mean, if if I had a kid, CM Punk would be helping putting my kid through college. Let's be real here.
Aaron,
That's accurate.
Aaron, how about we do
That
a
is
tie?
accurate.
How about we do a tiebreaker at the end? Will CM Punk show up? Yes or no? We can just
Okay,
take
we'll
it.
do that
Yeah,
at
I
the
can-
end. We'll
we
save
can
that
do
for
that.
the end.
right.
Psycho Jet Black sent in $2. Says, TGS, are you wearing an orange cream shake shirt?
This is actually an apricot shirt.
Oh, apricot.
Mm.
You're a man of style, TJS. An
He's
apricot shirt. There you go.
Eric, he's sophisticated.
All right, let's see. What do we have left here? We got a few more matches. We're getting close to the end.
One,
We're
two,
chipping
three,
away
four,
at
five,
this.
six. We got two more.
We got two more. We're almost done here. Okay.
Shit,
We
wow.
got what might be the main event, and forgive me for the outdated graphic. I mean, it was a foregone
But-
conclusion
I
beforehand.
sent in
Anyway.
current stuff, but that's okay. You know, whatever.
We got Orange Cassidy defending the International Championship against, I would say, his biggest opponent to date for
yeah.
that title,
Yeah.
Jon Moxley. So this is
Yeah.
either the biggest match of Orange's career or a huge downgrade for Jon Moxley, depending on how you're looking at it.
I look at it as an upgrade for Orange. I don't think it's a downgrade for Moxley at all. You know, you figure, you know, yeah, it's not the world title. It's not, you know, anything that is on a normal month. It would be middle of the card, but this card is such a what the hell? It made it in the damn show. Like really.
Honestly, it might as well after, you know, what happened at the end of Wednesday Night Dynamite with Orange Cassidy speaking about it at face-to-face. They made this match feel like the biggest thing to come this weekend, personally, from AEW.
Yeah, that
Wouldn't
was
surprise me one bit.
Yeah, that was one of the very few bright spots on last night's show was Mox coming down there after Cassidy pulled out another victory and smacked Mox across the face. It was like, oh man, because Cassidy's
on.
not that guy, right? But
No.
I'll be the first to admit I did not buy into the Orange Cassidy character when I first saw it. It took me a long time to buy into it, and I think, you know, seeing him and all the matches he's had as champion and all the matches he had prior to becoming champion, but also seeing the guy behind the character and interacting with him on the Jericho Cruise and seeing his personality outside of has been beneficial to me. Saying that, I agree with the answer is yes to this question about Mox elevating it if he wins it. And I think that while it may come off as a downgrade for Moxley to be champion, what do you do for Mox outside of making him interim champion for the 45th time?
Good
Give him the international title and let's see what he can do with it in the style he works compared to the style Cassidy works.
Well, there you go.
New champion.
They're both workhorses.
But they are. Yeah, absolutely.
And Orange Cassidy, you know, we call him Pockets. We make fun of the guy, but, you know, he's been delivering, and he's been probably the most credible champion that AEW has had, maybe ever. Like, he's had
Definitely
what? How many
consistent.
defenses now, Noah? Like 30?
Yes, he has over 30 defenses in and out of the AEW roster. It's absolutely insane, the work ethic that this man has put in since becoming the second ever, the second ever, might I add, AEW International Champion when it leveled up from the All Out. About the time to give it a better name. But that being said, I say it all the time on the watch-alongs. I say it all the time on the streams. How much more can you squeeze out of Orange Cassidy? The dude is literally working himself into
I
oblivion.
see what you did there.
I think Jon Moxley is going to beat the pulp out of him, and I think Jon Moxley is going to give him a long overdue vacation. I got Jon Moxley coming out, especially after last year when Jon Moxley went into AEW All Out and literally during the fall had to put this company on his back and bring the AEW World Championship to light. He doesn't need to be involved in the AEW World Championship picture. We need to see fresh faces in the so-called 8-man tournament for the Grand Slam chance to challenge MJF for the Triple B. So give Jon Moxley a different opportunity, a different accolade, and a different journey in AEW. See what he can do with this time where he has traveled internationally. Give Orange Cassidy a long overdue break, whatever the hell else you all think. Jon Moxley is the new AEW National Champion.
And that is why he's my play-by-play guy. And I don't want anybody to take him away from us. That shit like that right there.
All
Noah,
right.
the simple pun man.
I know.
That's
He's
it.
got
Got
some
to get
good
the
ones.
people what they want.
Right.
TJS, you got a new nickname apparently. Psycho Jet Black sent in $2 and said Orange Cassidy versus Apricot Smith for the international title. I think.
Well, what about Periwinkle? Periwinkle.
Brock Lesnar will interfere on your
We
behalf.
just had Jeff walk off. We just had Jeff freaking walk off from that.
So-
I forgot about that periwinkle shirt he had last year. I forgot about that. That was good shit.
Am I next on this?
Yeah, go ahead, Apricot Smith.
Gosh.
Okay, well, Noah, it sounds like you think that Moxley is going to juice Orange Cassidy here.
Please, every last drop out of him. This will be Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy's toughest match to date in his career.
Yeah, so I'm actually not sure. Do they have Moxley win the title here, or do they make him the interim real world champion? I don't know. No, in all honesty, I think that Orange Cassidy has come a long way since the Mimosa Mayhem days.
Yes.
I honestly don't think he's a comedy character anymore. The character's evolved, but I still cannot see him beating Moxley. I think that.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Orange Cassidy popped up from 2 Canadian destroyers on Dynamite. This
you're
guy's
right.
tough. He
Okay.
might be 150 pounds, but this guy, he is like metal.
You know
He's
what?
built like metal, and he can just absorb any kind of punishment and
You know
He's
what?
sharp like
pick
iron.
up the victory.
You know what? You're right, Aaron. In that case, I'm going with OC.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, there you go. I'm
2
going with John
Canadian
Moxley.
destroyers. Oh,
The
are you sure?
influencer, Aaron Riff, but he's going with
That's
John
right.
Moxley.
Yeah,
That
John
was a-
Moxley's winning this title. Orange Cassidy had his run. It's over.
Okay, yeah, it's been a hell of a run for OC. But I'm gonna change it. I think that Moxley actually is gonna win.
All right.
I think he ends up.
Not mine. Make up your mind.
Now, wait a minute. I think he's gonna end up choking out Orange Cassidy, and that's how it ends. Although I do think it'd be a really fun spot if they do like the ref drop the arm, and then on the third one, Cassidy stops it like this to show that he's still in the fight. That would be a fun spot.
And
Oh,
then
it probably will.
and then his thumb slowly fades away as
Ah.
the consciousness leaves him.
That
Yeah.
would be a cool spot. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, like it just slowly just.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
Cassidy.
Yes.
Cassidy,
I want to see that. I need to see that now.
Cassidy's probably going to be written off here. He needs a break, I think.
Come on,
He's you know, I'm we'll see what happens. But I gotta ask this question to know if this match has ever happened before. Psycho Jet Black sent in $2. Orange Cassidy versus Juice Robinson. Juicer on a pole. Not the pole match, but just Orange Cassidy versus Juice Robinson. Has that match ever happened to
No.
your knowledge? Wow. That shocks me. Like how are they missing out on Orange versus Juice?
I don't know.
Like that just
Maybe
seems
they're
like
trying to
an
book
obvious
Otis as
match.
referee and they can't get the money together.
All right, TJS?
Yes. I also want to say that this is another match that I actually do care about. So,
Yes.
I think Orange versus Juice would be too much of a fruit punch considering both men use a closed fist.
Dude, Virtue's not wrong on this Sunday's case by a lot. I'm sorry. Like he's not wrong here.
it'll probably get traffic though and views for the recap.
Well, the recap, yeah, but during the pay-per-view itself, which is
Oh, yeah.
on at the same time the review's supposed to start.
Yeah.
you know,
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying.
All right, Walter, we'll get your thoughts, and then I guess we're doing the main event, right?
or last match, whatever.
It
If
should
you wanna
be
call
the
it
main
that.
event. Well,
There's only one match left that he hasn't touched.
TJS, you try to follow Noah with the pun jokes, but but
I need to get on the show from now on. Let's get to that.
More for the
But,
Price is Right after this.
but yeah, I say Moxley beats Juice in this one. He beats Orange Cassidy's ass, and I want to see it. I'm sick of this. The weak kicks. If you want, get rid of that. You know what? Since he just had a character change, did what he did in Dynamite, lose the title, start going insane, do something. Let's see a whole different side of you. Let's see a serious heel Orange. Let's see something different. Let's see what results in you losing this title that means everything to you. Let's see what happens.
That worked wonders for Jack Perry going heel, by the way.
A Beethoven.
Damn.
It's so bad.
Of a heel now, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
What is that
What is
sound?
that clickety click? What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Seriously.
I blame
What are y'all doing?
TJS.
Don't blame me.
When in doubt, blame TJS.
I'm just an
That's right.
Arkansan, an Arkansas man.
All right, guys. We got one more match here, and then we're going to be done with this. We got
Interesting. You saved this one for last.
I think this is going to be the main event. Could be Moxley and Cassidy, but Kenny Omega is one of the flagships of the company, and I mean, I think this might be match of the night, and thus
Arguably
it would make sense to be the main event. We got Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita, and they've had a pretty good build for this one, especially compared to the other matches on this show. Going back several months, going back to Detroit. I was there for the show when Callis betrayed Kenny Omega. And over the past several months, Kenny Omega has been trying to get some revenge. I'm thinking this is going to be a great match, maybe match of the year contender. We'll see. And one of the reasons why I think that this pay-per-view will ultimately still be at the level, or at least close to the level of other AEW pay-per-views, because I think they will indeed go all out for this one. Now, Takeshita did pin Omega at All In, at All Out. Is it going to be the same, or is Omega going to get his win and get some revenge on Don Callis? Walter, I will throw it over to you first. Your thoughts?
I'm a little iffy about this one. This is the one match that I don't, because you can go either way because you can lead to a different story.
Exactly.
Omega. I'll go with Omega. I think he gets his revenge on Don Callis. Does a little something, although Don Callis just formed this group. He has a little momentum. So that's what's conflicting about this. So this one can go either way, but I'll go on a limb here and say Omega wins.
All right, TJS with the location change. So we'll throw it over to TJS now. And I'm going with Kenny Omega as well, just because Takeshita won at All In. So I think Omega gets his revenge here. TJS?
I'll say one thing, though. It's interesting what's going to be the reaction of the crowd because this is Chicago. So Omega's might get booed the hell out of this building.
He
right
might,
here.
but Don Callis is a heat magnet, so you don't know for sure.
That's true. No one gets booed more heavily than that man.
Nor should he, by God.
Damn right, Jeff.
All right, TJS?
Unfortunately, I don't care about this match. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I just want Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. That's it. That's all I ask for. I know we're never going to get it. I know, but that's all I want. I guess Omega wins. Is Takeshita signed to AEW, or is he just appearing? Like, is he fully elite? Does anyone know?
He's been fully elite for the longest time, dude.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I wonder where he goes from here, because I just can't see Omega losing again. Like you said, Aaron, he already got pinned. I'm honestly ready for Kenny to move on past this Don Callis storyline. And hopefully this is the conclusion. Omega wins.
All right.
And it probably will main event.
All right, good old JM Jeff Meacham.
I kind of want Kenny to win for the reasons stated, but I also want Kenny because he's the only one that's come out of this whole Punk Bucks thing not smelling like shit. Like, he's risen. I mean, he did have the one thing in Sports Illustrated where he said one thing and then he went on TV and did a completely different thing. That was a year ago. Like, he's still, even now, with as beat up as he is and as much as he's done last year, he's still one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I think that him and Takeshita are going to have a great match on Sunday. Having Don involved is always good because Don is, by announced definition, one of the biggest pieces of shit in the business, and he's always fun to watch. And it's always fun to see him get his come up. It's not in real life like he did in Mexico, the poor guy. But that was so scary for Don. Oh my God.
I can't believe that happened. No wonder the man's paranoid.
I mean, it's freaking Mexico. It's the Wild Wild West, a whole other world down there. It's crazy.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I think as valued as Takeshita has been since he's been appearing on AEW TV, I think Omega definitely is the long-term bigger benefactor from winning this match than Takeshita is. So I say Kenny wins here.
All right, Jeff. And Dave is a beastly. I actually took this photo in the background. It's from Chicago 360, the skyscraper. Definitely
Great shot.
A cool spot to check out. All right, Noah, we're going over to you last to close us out with this one.
Jeez. This is definitely my most anticipated match tonight because I love Kenny Omega when it comes to his storytelling of wrestling, and he's one of the most tolerable guys you can think of in the industry, as Jeff alluded to. But that being said, this is Konosuke's first big singles match on pay-per-view, and we're still pushing the Don Callis narrative of his family. They went 2-0 at All In. You are correct, but Takeshita has yet to have the big singles win on pay-per-view, and Don Callis will be in the corner. There is a game plan, and we still don't know what Kenny Omega's future is going to involve into that freaking attack during the sit-down with good old JR at Daly's place. Clearly, the end game is for Kenny Omega to best Don Callis. Now, whether that involves physically or more so mentally, that remains to be seen. But I think this match is going to have a big angle, and I think somebody else could show up. If All Out's going to have any sort of merit for the future, then something big has to come out from this match particularly, I feel like. And I think it happens post. So I'm going to go against the grain just to see if something different does happen. And I'm going to go with Konosuke Takeshita surprises us because Kenny Omega will be too distracted by Don Callis, who you know is going to be a factor. He's not just going to sit idly by a commentary at ringside. You know that. They're literally talking about stabbing this man in the head with a screwdriver again. That's what that meant in Japanese when they were talking Wednesday. So I think they're going to give the moment to Konosuke Takeshita to further this story with the Don Callis family. And I think we might get a new member. And then him and Adam Page will show up and save Kenny Omega. And then you further that idea. Then you build like some impromptu tag team match maybe. So yeah, I think Takeshita is going to surprise the hell out of us here and get the best of Omega courtesy of Don Callis. I'm going with Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah. Wow. And I have to say, J.J. Williams with a little bit of the pipe dream here. Pipe dream. Kenny Omega wins and CM Punk shows up. I mean, I'd love it, man. I'd be intrigued.
I know we all would. We all would.
The thing is, if Punk does show up, but he doesn't have a match, that might make it worse.
Yeah.
But if he shows up at the end and confronts Omega, people would be like, holy shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, that Chicago crowd that wants to see him wrestle, that a lot of the people bought their ticket because they knew he was going to be back and is holding the real world title. They're not getting that match on Sunday now. It was supposed to be him and Starks, if you believe the rumor or whatever. I have a feeling that would be bad for the crowd, and it'd be bad for the company to have him be there after this alleged suspension is supposed to be in place. It's just a bad idea for me.
Well,
so the tiebreaker, Aaron.
I know. The chat room's disagreeing with me, and that's fine. I just think it's a bad piece of business if they bring him in as a surprise or a last minute or end of show thing without promoting it. And I say that because the AEW fans think he's not going to be there because of the suspension with the thing with him and Perry. So if he does show up unannounced and doesn't have a match, the people are going to shit all over it.
Wouldn't that be better? Because if they're not expecting him and he does shows up, that creates a bigger surprise pop.
Well,
okay, the surprise pop will be there, but I think that, again, I've said this in our conversations. I've said this on the air. Perception is reality. The perception will be Tony doesn't give a shit about the backstage crap because I'm just going to put him out there anyway. Frickin' put out the show, Pony. And then, by the way, you spend it now.
Maybe it gets resolved by Sunday. There is apparently video footage of the incident. Maybe it'll be solved by then.
Based on who reported it, I want to see it. Sorry.
All right, then. TJS?
I was just going to say, did you guys hear about the Tony Khan media call that happened today? This was discussed.
Yeah, he said he can't talk about it, but the investigation's ongoing.
There was more where they said, is Punk going to be at All Out? They asked him, and then he said, I can't comment. Yeah. But he said that he hopes to have an answer before Sunday. So, I mean, that's why I'm thinking of this angle. It's got to be an angle on Collision for Punk to show up. Isn't Collision in Chicago too?
Yeah, it is. It's United
live.
It's
live.
United Center live.
It has to. Punk has to show up then. Like,
maybe this is the reason we're getting this Starks Steamboat thing.
Yeah,
that's what people were thinking, that maybe this is an angle.
If that's the case, and they're not actually suspended, then fine, go for it. But if go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say maybe the suspension is just 1 week since it happened at All In.
I mean, maybe, and again, there's so much more that like we're gonna go way past what I wanted to. What
we're not even started at it. Stay tuned, folks, for further conversation on both of my night and the review.
I'm not sure if you remember, but I think when CM Punk came back, I could have sworn we all did the over and under, like
Oh no.
how long he would last. I'm trying to remember. We need to go back and try to find that stream. But I feel like we did that as a panel. Maybe on the No DQ review, we made a prediction like how long would CM Punk last? And now I'm curious.
I think we did do that.
That does.
Jeff
sound
has
more
a
like review
wager
thing.
with someone, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
We
that's
did do-
right. What
We
is
did.
that?
We did, and I forget when. And I know it wasn't the night he debuted because I was on my way to Vegas when he actually showed up on Rampage. So I know it wasn't that night because I was in the car with my dad and got the text about Punk debuting. So I know it wasn't that night, but it was right around there.
Was it you and JJ that made the bet or somebody else?
Probably.
Was it Big G? I'm pretty sure it was Big G.
It was somebody in the chat. Mm.
Yeah, we gotta find that clip.
If somebody can find that footage, I will honor it. I will honor whatever the bet was. If I came on, or I have, I'll take it. If
Well,
I
let's
won,
see
but
what
I'll honor
happens.
if I
Let's
won.
see if he comes back for all. If he's not at All Out, I don't think he's coming back.
So that's the tiebreaker then. Aaron, do you think CM Punk shows up, yes or no? I say yes.
I'm gonna say no.
Ooh.
I'm
I
saying
hope
no
he
as
does.
well.
Though. I hope he shows up, but I'm leaning towards no at this point.
Jeff, I think the bet had something to do with a year. I remember
Yeah.
the year was a timeline. Yeah.
Well, but you know
Oh,
what?
Josh Mansfield.
Oh, that's who it
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
Because
okay,
Josh
well,
was
first
saying
of
that-
all,
Yeah.
First of all, he don't want none of me right now in a bet anyway. Number two, no, whatever. The problem with that bet is he didn't last a year because of the injury and the suspension. So I think we suspended the bet because he got hurt.
Wasn't this a bet when CM Punk returned
That's what I
this
thought.
year?
Yeah, I was pretty sure that Josh was saying, "Oh, I give him 1 year."
Like, how long is this return
Yeah.
gonna last before he disappears again?
And then Jeff was saying, "No, I think he'll make it the 1 year." I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so if I said Punk would make it a year, which he obviously hasn't, if that's the case, then fine. But if he returns, then we'll see. Because he returned. When did he actually return to television?
June 17th.
June 17th. Okay, so so we'll see.
I
But
think sorry.
Again, this goes
Let's see
so
what
far
happens. There's
Yeah.
still time to see what happens. If
Yep.
he shows up, maybe he's there, maybe he comes back, but something to take note of.
Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing.
Until a statement is made from AEW or Tony Khan that says Punk is no longer with the company,
Thank you.
I take that as he's still with them.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Walter.
Yeah, Jeff, I totally get where you were coming from about what you were saying with it. The perception is reality, but I would give Tony Khan credit if he booked that and made Punk come out at the end. The balls to do that and actually tease Omega Punk, because it'll actually spin everything you just did around and people will start focusing on that. And maybe that Jack Perry bullshit will be in the back burner because now you're doing something with it in the story.
Well, again, we're gonna get into this deep on Saturday on open mic night, because JJ, to his credit, has decided that we're gonna focus on all of the, and I mean all of it, with Punk with the Bucks, Punk with Colt, and with Paige, and with Ryan Nemeth, and now with Jack Perry. So Saturday's show after Payback is going to be fun.
I can't
I'll say
wait.
that.
Saturday and Tuesday, folks, tune into both shows.
Saturday and Tuesday is prepared for every YouTube channel across the multiverse media just go boom and shut down.
Yeah.
Jeff.
But
Jeff.
No, mine's is no. Punk is not showing.
And everybody else get their opinion. Is Punk showing up? Yes or no? I say no.
Yeah, I say no, but I hope I'm wrong. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, me too. Noah?
Me too.
No.
Oh, here it goes. Here it is, directly from Josh Mansfield. If Punk is still in AEW by June or July, Jeff gets $100. If he's gone, quit or fired, he gets $100. So if they confirm Punk is 100% gone, then Josh wins. That's how we're going with this.
Real quick, I want to see if I can sell you guys on this. Can you see this happening? Ricky Stark says, Ricky Steamboat says, "Okay, I'll face you in the strap match. Here's the contract. Sign it." And then at all out. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Ricky Steamboat says, "Oh, I guess you didn't read the contract. I'm not your opponent. This man is." And then Punk comes in.
There you
It's
go.
very un-Steamboat-like, but yeah, I can buy it. I
The
guess.
name on the contract reads
does.
CM Punk.
Read the fine print, and from one of the most honorable man in the industry, pulling a dirty underhand trick like that out of character. Okay, CJS, I see what you're doing. That actually is quite that's quite enticing. I like that idea.
I just think there's no way they do that match. Apparently Steamboat hasn't wrestled since 2010.
Yeah, WrestleMania 25. You will be right.
Well, no, he teamed up with FTR last year.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Well, come on. I mean, that wasn't a singles match.
You know what?
It
With a
doesn't
strap
matter.
match, like you don't have to really take any bumps. You just got to be hit with a strap. So maybe that's why they're doing it.
Aaron, you think they're really going to...
If you were tuning in to see Ricky Starks and Ricky Steamboat, you're going to expect a freaking Steamboat arm drag classic. You're on the wrong goddamn show, brother.
Okay, Aaron, do you
This
think
is not WCW.
Do they
I
go-
just don't see the point. I don't see the point of the match. What is it? They're fighting over the name Ricky? Like, what the hell is
Yes,
the point of the
Ricky.
match?
They should do Ricky. You know, when they
Damn it,
had
Walter.
WCW, they had Booker T versus Big T for the letter T.
For the T?
They should do
Yeah.
that. Ricky
Sesame
Starks
Street-
loser
Sesame
can
Street
no
three.
longer call themselves Ricky anymore.
Freaking Sesame Street fight round 2.
He'll just be
Anyways, guys,
Steamboat?
we went on pretty long here, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Jeff, you got more to come, so tell us what's next for good old JM Jeff Meacham if people want their wrestling discussion fix. Go ahead.
Coming up at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 Eastern, the new night for Talk Wrestling, by the way, going forward. Thursday nights, every Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern. None of this wait until 5 after, done with NXT bullshit. We're going live at 10 o'clock on Thursdays, by God. So that'll be coming tonight. And then, as I said, open mic night this weekend. Also the Payback and All Out watch-alongs, if you dare. I know they're both going to be great commentary calls because I've got Noah and JJ on Saturday and Noah and James on Sunday. And then, like I said, open mic night will be what it'll be on Saturday night talking about this punk bullshit. So we'll see what happens. But I am, as ever, grateful to the NoDQ Galaxy and to my audience for continuing to let me do this after almost 21 years now. Bonkers.
We love you, Jeff.
Thank
we
you, guys.
appreciate you very much. Now we're going to throw it over to Mr. Reliable with his correct Instagram account. So for the past 6 months or however long it's been, he's been plugging the wrong Instagram account. So somebody else has been getting traffic off of the NoDQ live streams. Mr. Reliable, tell us where we can actually find your product.
Horrible.
All right, people. Rule number 5: don't get high off your own supplies because shit like that happens. However, this is the correct Cal Fire Farms Instagram.
Wow.
Oh my
You
God.
can see the spelling and the symbol there. Now that is the correct shit. That's the good shit.
The good
You
shit.
can also find me.
Wow.
You can also find me on X
Oh,
at
my
Walter
Lord
Alex
Jesus.
Cruz. And the Rage of Wrestling YouTube is coming soon.
Yeah.
All right. And now we throw it over to Mr. TJS with his plugs.
Well, not much. I've been watching some retro SmackDown. Just watched the episode from '99 the other day where Billy Gunn gets caught in the snare trap. Road Dogg gets caught in the bear trap. Do you guys remember?
And
You remember
the ceiling caves in
Yes,
on
on
X-Pac.
X-Pac. Yeah, and then
Oh,
there's the net
oh.
in the ring later.
And Steve Austin's like the only thing I like about X-Pac is his
Is it
name
sounds
because
like
it
a
almost sounds like a
six-pack.
six-pack.
Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on, guys. Not too much to promote. You can follow me on X. My handle's below. But other than that, that's it. Thanks for having me. Like I said, I'll begrudgingly pay the $50 for the show this weekend. Low expectations, but hopefully we're surprised. I'm hoping so.
I'm
All right,
telling everybody, find a way to watch the show. And again, I usually don't advocate for redacted streams, but man, find a way and listen to this guy and James call the show. Like the hell with the AEW team.
Honestly,
Seriously, God, seriously.
Send a message to Tony Khan by not buying the show. That way he can understand that it's bad business to put 2 pay-per-views in 2 weeks.
Well, okay, but that comes more down to venue than it does Tony, to be fair.
True.
Man, I think if we had Steve-O on tonight, we would have probably gone 2 hours.
We still can't.
I mean, we're already got an hour and a half as it is.
All right.
And this is me holding back. I held back.
I know. You just cut me off again. So there you go.
I didn't. So,
All right. Noah Foster, the Simple Man. You're going on with Jeff Meacham Network this Sunday night. So tell us about that and where we can find you. What was that?
And Saturday, both days.
And Saturday. I mean,
He's calling both shows, man.
This guy is working hard. So Noah, tell us about what's coming up for you.
All the usual. You can find out anything going on with me across the Twitter, as I still call it, and on YouTube, and in Foster 1916, as I keep you in tune in all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, the entire AEW family on the Twitter and social media platforms. We got City Predicting for Payback and All Out across my simple YouTube channel with collaboration with Cassidy Studios. And as Jeff Beach alluded to, there are live watch events for both WWE Payback and AEW All Out. And there will be simple takes, a double take as we look back at both AEW All In and All Out, and also Payback, following this weekend's conclusion too. As again, I look at all things wrestling. Why? Because I am but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! As I always wish to encourage and remind you, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions with this passion we all share. So at the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too. Treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. Stay tuned for both forms. And I'm just going to leave that alone because I know it's the Halloween season coming up, and I'm not going to announce that because I know Mr. and Mrs. Riff are big fans of that.
It's the Halloween season.
Noah, you didn't digress.
Well, you did. Let me. But thank you, Walter, for doing that. But that's all right, because me and Walter are now friends in Impact. Hey, Walter. Joya!
Joya!
I love it. I freaking love it. Anyway, stay tuned, folks. Again, I'll have the Prediction League updates for both WWE and AEW following this weekend. The forums will be across all my social medias too, including the forum for All Out below in the video comments too. It's always a pleasure, guys. Let's keep having fun and enjoying wrestling.
Jeff keeps covering the NWA on the Jeff Meacham Network.
Hey, no. Hold on there. Hold on a minute now. We did not do the NWA show last week because we didn't have anybody to call it, and
yeah, that's why
we decided not to because
Brodus Clay retired.
Collision ended up being a better call. So
Jeff, you're supposed to call it Company Redacted on this channel. Remember?
No, he's the one that said the 3 letters. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I said it.
You said it too, right?
That's on channel. I'm not going to redact the damn thing. But
That's what I'm saying. If Aaron says it, nothing's redacted.
To be fair, I did say it.
I will say the only way we will get any coverage of Company Redacted is if they actually show me that this reset button was actually worth a damn. So
EC3 is the champion. Enough said.
I understand that. Trust me.
Is that the one who beat?
Yes.
We went from a guy who's advocating beating up his own kids to a guy who's freaking taping the conversation in the bathroom. I'm just saying, Billy Corgan.
Dude, allegedly.
That headline of what Tyra said.
That
just
was
the headline.
Seriously. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting into freaking NoDQ review on my night. So
okay, yeah, we're done. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to be busy covering both shows on NoDQ.com. I'll be back with the live recap, so stay tuned for all that. Have a great rest of your week, everyone. Check out Jeff Meacham Network. Check out all the other great content we have, and
25 minutes.
Say yes to NoDQ.com, and we will see you all next time. Noah?
Have a good night, folks.
TJS?
That's all, folks.
Mr. Reliable?
Feel merchy.
Jeff?
I'll see you all in 25 minutes.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
You're not home already?